When it's loading. Okay, now it's recording. Okay, so MOVAH, Fiona. AH is 6 bits. AH is 8 bits. And Fiona is 16 bit. If you see, then actually this one is one student are asking me. Let me find one satu. Okay, for those yang already done, maybe you will find out that you will get this error. Error, instructions operands must be the same size. So your operand must be the same size. If you go through over here, move AH. AH is 8 bits. Fiona is 16 bit. So it cannot. You cannot have different words. This one is big. When you have big, you cannot put it into the something that's small. So that's why you will get an error. Instruction operand must be the same size. So I hope that for those yang already done, don't feel like is it my assembly code over here, because you need to creating by your own, right? Is it wrong? So Fiona over here is a word. Supposedly it's correct and something like that. But what I need you to do is do a correction. Stick with AH, because I just want you to learn. Lab is for you to learn to apply the theory inside. I need to ask you some minute. I need to go to toilet. Okay. Lab is okay. Lab is something that you apply whatever you learn theoretically. So you already learned AL, AX, EAX. So over here, I want you to stick with AH, because it's like you are learning the flag. So you can scroll at your Visual Studio and try to find out different type of register. So I want you to stick with AH because basically you can change this and this. But I want you to change the Fiona to be the donkey. Okay? So Fiona will change to the donkey. But I didn't check whether it is already more than 8. 1, 2, 3. So later on you will try it. Maybe if let's say it's plus 8 is too big rather than the what the size, I need to also change this. But first you try to add to change the Fiona with donkey. Is it okay? So please take note, and maybe you can inform your friends also related to these changes. Okay, that is about that. And about your lab. About your lab, if you look over here in your e-learning, I did put one link only for submission. Wait, my internet is quite slow loading. Okay. I just put it one link only. What I want you to do is you need to combine your submission for your lab 3, 4, 5, and 6. Why I did this? This is because I want you, I don't want you to bazir masa. I don't want you to spend too much time in lab. Let's say kalau if let's say over here there is 4 lab, you need to do 4 times of meeting. So it will occupy you more times. Alah, hai. So it will occupy you more time on that. Let me check. Wait. Press report clinic. 2 June. Wait, I want to push this message to my student. It is started already. Shazwani. Okay. If let's say you are doing the lab 4 labs, right? Of course you will like, okay, we're going to do lab 3, and then okay, tomorrow we meeting again lab 4, and next day you did 5, and so on. So don't do like that. Please do it all together one times, one meeting only. If you do several meeting, it will occupy more time, believe me, because same goes to like creating a class. When you start, it will take times to wait for your friends, and then before you start, you will like talk some things, it is not related to your lab, and it occupy more time. So believe me, please do it one time together. After you finish with lab 3, you do lab 4, same goes to lab 5 and 6. It's depend on you. If let's say you want to like separating, okay, you doing lab 3 and lab 4, your friend is do lab 5 and 6, depend. I don't know about that, but don't have any issue. I just give you like a way to reduce your task, but throughout, please do it all by your own, because it's very important, especially for you to answer the test too, for you to answer your final exam and so on. And in each lab, you need to submit 2 type of file. You need to submit 2 type. One is PDF, which is your report, your rep report, and another one is video. This is normal type lab that I always require you, and please don't zip. Okay, what happened is I want you to do combine the words of 3, 4, 5, 6, and convert it into PDF, and maybe you already have a PDF, and then you combine it together to be one file. And for videos, what I want you to do is pick one question from lab 3. Any question, as I already mentioned, I don't want to burden you to find like maybe too hard question and all of you need to answer that. No. I give you a freedom to pick any any questions in the lab 3. Any question, pick one. And then same goes to lab 4. Pick one question, explain, pick one question, and then you explain, and same goes to your lab 6. But in the video, I ask you to do what? Present. Wait not here. Present. All team member need to present. So all team member need to present. And it depend on you whether you want to show your face or not. It's depend. But I want to hear different voice. Don't do what happened to the Perdana student. Last time they are fighting each other in my Google Classroom. Because of the teammate taking one video from another student. What happened is this student, I don't know siapa ya, wait I don't know whether Medini know or not because he's like a reporter. He said he knows everything. So what happened is the mana tadi I punya ni? Wait okay here. So what happened is this one student been asked to do a lab, a video. Of course, all of you already divide, right? Okay, only a portion of the video. So this part, the student search in YouTube. So the search in YouTube, there is a lab 2 video from others group. From others group, he tagged the video. And then what he did is he edit it and put some background video and lower down the tone of the student while presenting. Only that. There is no his voice. So people will know what happened. If you are too lazy, don't do that. You can just copy paste other student. Let's say you don't want to think, but you can refer others video. Let's say you refer to this video. Let's say, okay, he did like this. Okay, I want to copy. But you present by yourself. It is okay, but don't just grab others video and then you just edit it. So the group members, all the group members are angry. So they are fighting in my Google Classroom. So in the Google class, they are fighting and then one blame each others. So I was like, okay, let me stop here and then let we settle it outside, not in this class and so on. So it's happened. So I don't want you to also happen like this because I do believe some of you also having a problem with your team member. So please make sure you discuss carefully with your team member who want to do this part, and this part. But throughout, although one of your friend are doing lab 3, doing lab 4, you need to do also by yourself, just for yourself, not for your team member, not for this submission, but for you to learn the assembly language, to learn to answer later on for your final exam, and to learn for you to use this knowledge for your working time later on after you finish your study. So don't just think the scope of I need to submit, but you didn't get any benefits from whatever happened, whatever you are doing. So please make sure you do also. So first, PDF file that you can combine it all together, lab 3, 4, 5, and 6. Video. If lab 3, 1 question, lab 4, 1 question, lab 5, 1 question, lab 6, 1 question. If let's say you are creating one video separating and you don't have any converter to combine it together, it's okay for you to submit it one by one. And I hope I really recommend you to submit the YouTube link. Then it's okay. Then I can try to check it through the YouTube link, rather than, let's say, it's very big for you to submit it in e-learning, right? So why don't you just create a video and upload it into the e-learning? And all the submission need to be individually. This is not a individual group, individual task, but you need to uh, think about yourself. If your team member forgot to submit, then you will get 0. So don't depend to others. Just submit, although it is similar file. And about the due date, don't worry anything about the due date. Some of your friend mentioned to me, okay, this is happened. Maybe you didn't have any difficulty while this lockdown, and maybe you don't have any difficulty throughout internet connections. You have stable internet connection. You have Okay, and then you have easy way for you to do it, or maybe your friend not, because yes, just yesterday, also one of your friend
It's
WhatsApp me.
15 hours.
WhatsApp me. He give me a proof that he need to buy a new laptop. So he show me the uh is it invoice that he buy a new laptop. So don't just think about yourself. Maybe you said, oh, why this student lazy lah, what, something like that. You need to see others problem also. So that's why same goes to me. I always understand something can happen anytime. So I don't want to push you to submit, let's say, next week or another 2 weeks. As long as you do it before a final exam, this is what I want to mention. I always will allow. Although I put here, there is a now I'm not limiting it first because I enable it. I disable it, the due date, because I want to share with you first. So although I put the due date, you can always ask me to extend. You can always ask me to extend in one condition, which is you really do it, you really try your best to do, and show me that you really want to learn. Don't just simply give me any reason, like something that I also will know that this is just a reason, not the truth that what happened, something like that. So please try your best to do it, not just simply give reason. Although I already give you a flexibility, like I give you a time for you to do it, then you use that, and last minute you just want to do. So please don't do last minute last minute work. So it will give you suffer at that time. So do it slowly now, one by one, and then maybe you can discuss together. But please make sure you did it one time only, or maybe 2 times meeting only. No need to have too many time, and then because you have a lot of other subject to catch up. Okay, so is there any question related to your lab, your project, and so on? But for your for your test, I cannot help you. For your final exam, also I cannot. You and your group project. Group project is we need to give you a time. Same goes to others lecturer. If let's say they set the due date like that, I need to put also similar, because it's all together, all section. Okay. So any question?
So we have to explain the video only one question, right? Not the whole lab.
Yes,
Oh,
but please make sure you do the whole lab, Arsa. And
whole lab in PDF and explain the one particular part in video, right?
yes, for the PDF, the whole lab.
Okay.
And because of the due to the lockdown also, and also I guess this PKP, maybe you as a teenager don't have any problem because you just open your eyes and then you was, if you're hungry you can always go to the kitchen and your mother already cook for you. But some of your friend is a mother, I believe that she need to take care of her husband, her kids and so on. And he last time WhatsApp me mentions her husband, I think fever or what, I forgot. And then there is a problem also. So maybe if your friend are having those problem, you need to help them also. Please understand their condition. As long as it is not just a reason. So if it is true, you need to understand. Now the situation is, you don't know the situation of lockdown is going to burden your parents. Please help them. Especially when lockdown, they need to increase the financial, especially in the food, in the electricity, in the water bills. There are a lot of others that burden them, but of course you don't know. Maybe you just say, okay, another lockdown. You think like, okay, I'm going to play a game, I'm going to do my study. But yeah, there is no nothing that you need to worry out. But for your parents, it's really burden. That's why there is a lot of complaint also related to the lockdown. But to our, this is the best for us. Okay, there is any other question related to you, to your project and also your lab. So for those, let's say, before I start, maybe I can just like talk with all of you related about life, because currently there is a lot of I don't know what happened to the world. So I guess maybe you not just focus on yourself. Please think about your family, help them. Maybe you can start learn to do business to help them in term of the financials. It is will really help them, I guess, although they are not saying to you, they are not informed to you that they are having problem. But the truth is, yes, actually, uh I guess in Malaysia also, if you know, all the minister did not take 3 months salary. And now the government are planning to also reduce and take some percent of government workers, including your lecturer, including me. They will take a percent from our salary to help others and give this money for someone is needed. So this is about, maybe you don't know about your parents, maybe they are also uh, been facing this problem. So try to increase yourself also, just not just focus on your study is okay, but maybe you can improve also your financial, your self. It's going to be long terms for business. In Islam also, for those who are Muslim, we believe that our prospect Muhammad is already share with us that business is very good. So why don't you try and start it? Same goes to me last time. I just want to share, while I'm doing my master, although I don't like reading books, I really hate, and I never go to library for my for the whole study until now, from degree until PhD. I never go to library. I don't like readings, but I write, uh, and I come out with 3 novels. I already published 3 novels. Although my area is not in that particular novels, things or sastra. I'm in engineering, but I can write. Why? Because I want money. So I try to do it, and then I start doing a business while I'm studying. So you can also try to improve yourself, also not just focusing on study. If let's say you don't like business, but you can always like uh, join like hackathon or any other competitions in term of education. There is a lot other. Same goes last week. Yesterday is the due date. For all the undergrad and postgrad, if you receive the email, there is a competition to make e-poster. Why don't you just try to join any kind of competition? Maybe you can win, and maybe people will knows your names, what you are doing. So it's going to help you a lot. Okay, so maybe I guess only that. We're going to start our class. Let me choose first. Okay. We will do some recap, especially for module 6. Did we already touch or not? Because I sometimes confuse. Oh, maybe I will touch it. Last class, did we finish 6.1? No. Or you forgot already? But I already uploaded the video related to 5.6 and 6.1, right? Okay, let me just go through it. Okay, our module 5 is already finished. And last class, I guess I already finished on the 6.1 also. In our module 6, we're going to learn on memory. So I guess in our module 5, we are looking into the CU, control unit. Now under module 6, we're going to look into the memory. What type of memory? How you're going to do a memory? Last time you just know memory is RAM, ROM, or just a memory, or maybe a main memory and secondary memory. But all together inside you still don't know. So we're going to go deeper and deeper in our module 6. Today we're going to look, okay, we start with 6.1, and then we're going to finish it until 6.2, I guess, because 6.2 also is quite long. So all together we have two main categories that very important. This one, introduction and summary, is needed for you to know the history and what and why you need to learn and etc. Is all in the introduction. What is memory? You going to learn on the basic of RAM, ROM. Next is your main memory. How you going to justify your main memory? What is the standardized of the architecture? How the organizations of your main memory and so on. 6.3 is cache of memory, and lastly is 6.4. Okay, the introduction will be occupy overview, type of memory, and memory hierarchy. On the overview, This Voinomans, you already hear it. Siapa yang tak pernah dengar lagi? Who still did not know and never heard about this? Please go back to your module 1 and then you study back. So this is the basic PSM extension. Wait. There is a lot of, I think every single day there is a lot of new like information, new tax, new measures, especially for us lecturer, just to help student like to extend any kind of due date, extend yesterday we changed the academic calendar for next semester. We also need to focus on the student. If let's say it is too burden, we need to reduce the uh, assessment and so on. So a lot of others that I need to focus also. Okay, so under the overview, most of computer are built using a Voynio model. What is Voynio model? I'm not going to talk about this because we already learned it in our module 1, which is it is a center of the memory. The program that perform the processing are stored in memory. Any program, not only whatever you install, but for the basic to run up your computer, all the process are stored in the memory. That's why if you don't have memory, then you cannot have anything in your computer. The memory unit that communicates directly with CPU called as main memory. So you need to know the keywords. You're going to have main memory. And what is main memory is that's directly with your CPU. So it's directly connect to your CPU is called as a main memory. Devices that provide backup storage are called auxiliary memory. Only program and data currently needed by the processor reside in the main memory. So anything that needed for you to process your computer and etc. are stored in your memory. If let's say you want to edit something, edit your picture, where you going to store? You normally something that is not needed, because the one that you want to save by yourself, it is not needed also for your computer. If it didn't exist also, nothing happened to your computer, so you can always depend to your secondary memory, not on your memory. What about your internal memory? Internal is often equipped with your main memory, but they are other form of internal memory. What is it? So there are 3. 1, 2, 3. First is your register. This one you already like know. You already knew it. You already knew about register. I think we already focus too much on register also. And then you also have take a look into your control unit. So under register is normally on the processor. And lastly, the cache is other form of internal memory. So for processor, it is under register, control unit for your control memory, and caches for your internal memory. The complex subject of computer memory is made more manageable if we classify memory system according to their characteristic. So you need to see this table. Okay, this is the characteristic of computer memory system. on the location, capacity, unit transfer, access method, performance, physical type, physical characters, and organization. So that is on the subjects that have in your memory, computer memory. All of this, if you are dealing with something on location where you're going to save, especially in your memory, you can use your internal or external memory system. So you can read others, and same goes, let's say, on the physical type of characters that you want to save or you want to store. You can depend on your memory system for semiconductor, magnetic, which is your CD-ROM, and so on, optical. Your pen drive also can be magnetic, optical, and also extra. Type of memory. So you already know it. When you want to buy your laptop, when you want to buy your computer, you always refer to that. What is it? It is a RAM and ROM. But normally you just look into the value. Increase of the value of RAM and ROM, you will say, okay, it's a better. But do you know what is basically RAM? Do you know what is basically ROM? So for a RAM, what is the meaning by a RAM? It is a random access memory. Later on you will see lah what is random access memory, what is a read-only memory. And kenapa phone I ni asyik berbunyi? Okay. Why there are so many different type of computer memory? Kejap, you see main memory. Kejap, you hear about the secondary memory. Now you heard about the RAM, and now you heard about ROM. Why there are so many different types? So the answer are new technology continue to be introduced in attempt to match the improvement of your CPU design. Your CPU always are upgrading. From one time to time, it will upgrade with a new brand laptop, with a new brand computer, and also etc. So they want to simultaneously upgraded it and parallelly can be supported by your CPU. Even though a large number of memory technologies exist, if you have a lot of others like opticals, magnetic, and there are a lot of there are only two basic type, which is RAM and ROM. RAM is, again, I repeat, random access memory. ROM is read-only memory. So under RAM, RAM is also the main memory or primary memory. So again, RAM is the main memory. Whatever, let's say you are seeing that, or that is a main memory. So you're going to see, wait. So it's going to see that it is a main memory, or it can be called as a primary memory. And then after that, you can see also where you're going to use, your RAM. So your RAM, where you're going to apply, where you are going to use your RAM. Ish. used to store program and data that the computer needs when executing program. So that is the purpose of your RAM. However, RAM is volatile and loses these informations once the power is turned off. This is happen whenever you close your computer, you shut down your computer. Whatever happen, it will loss. It will delete. The RAM is the key design issues refer to physical arrangements of bit to form words. Two general type. There is a two general type of chips used in a RAM, which is static random access memory (SRAM) or dynamic random access memory (DRAM). So only two. So now you can see you have memory, and then you can divide it into two main type, two basic type, which is RAM and ROM. So under RAM, you can divide it into SRAM and also your DRAM. Now, you can see, although you have two type of RAM, but for ROM, there are four of each. Later on, you will see all the type under your ROM. Now, let's take a look what is a ROM. So, under a ROM, stores critical informations necessary to operate the system, such as the program necessary to boot the computer. So it's going to retain the data. So if let's say you are shut down your computer, your data will still maintain your information that is on the ROM. It is read-only memory. After you modify it, it's going to be a same. Some different type of ROM. You have PROM, EPROM, EEPROM, and also flash ROM, or you can also like EPROM, EEPROM, and flash ROM. So you need to know what is the use of each type of ROM. Same goes to your RAM. Under the memory hierarchy, generally speaking, faster memory is more expensive than slower memory. Faster memory is more expensive. This one we already knew it. No need for me to inform. Also, you already know. If someone asks you, you don't know. I don't know what happened because this one is a general knowledge. To provide the best performance at the lowest cost, memory is organized in hierarchical form or efficiency just for you to reduce the cost. Small, fast storage elements are kept in the CPU. Large, slower memory is accessed through the data bus. Larger, which is almost permanent storage in the forms of disk and tape driven, is still further than from the CPU. So here is the hierarchy pyramid table. pyramid tables. Over here you can see how about your memory. What type of the memory that are close to the processor, and which one that's begin further processor inside your CPU. So the further it goes in the pyramid here is going to further from your CPU until up the end. You can see you have the magnetic tab. You can have the optical disc, which is like your pen drive, your CD-ROM, which is you can mount and unmount it. And then you can see memory closer to the top 10 to be smaller in size, better performance, more costly. If let's say your computer are corrupt, you maybe I don't know what happened, you don't know what happened, and then technician said, okay, you have a problem with your we talk about the things over here, okay? Just example, your register are burns, maybe burns too high power that you are putting into your laptop, maybe. And then you say how much the cost to replace the register is just a small one, let's say. And then they said it is about rm 100. But when let's say you are having a problem with your let's say local disk, so you ask the technician how much. So it's going to be, let's say, rm 50. So the higher is this, is going to be more costly, and the lowest is going to be less cost. And about the speed, which is access time, let's say you open your pen drive, you can see there will be a loading. See? Loading, right? But when you are dealing with something similar to like your uh, what software you are using? Visual Studio, okay. When you are doing your Visual Studio, whenever you run, you're going to get that when you press enter directly in a blink of eyes, you will get the output in nanosecond, which is your eyes cannot see. But when you are putting your CD, when you are try to open something in the folder, let's say you already plug in your pen drive. This is your pen drive, this is your computer. I know that I'm not artistic student. I draw very ugly. So this is your computer display. And then you have a folder. You want to click it, try to open. There will be loading seconds. Several seconds, but it is depend also to your memory and to your speed of your computer. But I just want to show you that below lowers of this is going to be slower. That's why you can see it's loading. It is sometimes not even a milli. If it is a millisecond, your eyes also cannot see. But if it is like a second, that's why you can see it sometimes it's loading. So this is about your access time and also your cost throughout this pyramid. This pyramid is just for your knowledge, but it's good for you to know also. So where is your SRAM? Where is your DRAM? Now you will see your SRAM is here and above. Same goes your main memory, which is your DRAM. This is another things. This one is also we already discussed basically in the first picture. To access the particular pieces of data, the CPU need first send to the nearest memory. Why? I mentioned to you over here it's going to be slower. Why? Why it takes much longer time for you to get anything. Let's say you want to find your picture. Summer, if let's say you are Sam goes to save the same picture, the same pixel, the same size. When you try to open in term of your memory, in term of your cache, in term your register, in term of your magnetics, here will be taking much longer if compared to the highest. Why? Now you can see. Okay, let's say over here it mentions you need to first send a request to its nearest memory, usually caches. So what you need to do from your CPU, you're going to go to your register. You try to see whether these informations are asking you to grab from here or not. If not, you're going to go one by one, one by one, one by one. If let's say this one is zero, just make sure, let's say easy for us, 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. So how many times that you can take when you are go to here, altogether you get 4 seconds just to grab the data from your main memory. Then to open it, you need to send again. So altogether is already 8 seconds. Then you can see, oh, your picture are popping out to your computer. If the data is not in cache, then it's going to go to the main memory. If the data is not a main memory, then request to the disk. So one by one, you can go to one by one. It's not going to directly, let's say from your CPU. Okay, you want to find your picture from your uh, optical disc. You direct go to here. So it's going to be 1 second. No. So you're going to go to level by level. That's why it's going to take much longer. Okay, that is about this information over here. Once the data is located, then the data and numbers of its nearest elements are fetched into the cache memory. So you need to go to back. That's why I mentioned you need to go back to the cache memory and also lastly your CPU. Then pop up your picture. These tables is used when referring to your memory hierarchical. So you have a several terminology and also the definitions about the heat. Heat is the time is found at the given memory level. So when you find, let's say you have find the picture over here, or your picture is the main memory, so it is hit, let's say 4 second. So your 4 second is a hit time because you already found your data. And what is missed, which is you're not found, hit read, misread. So please try to read it by yourself because this one is just on sentences. I'm not going to read for you. Just for you to understand, you can read it. Okay, locality of reference. The an entire block of data is copied after a hit because the principles of locality tell us that once a byte is accessed, it is likely that a nearby data elements will be needed soon. So what is locality that available? There are three types, which is temporary, spatial, and also sequential locality. Let's go through one by one. What is the temporary locality? Wait, so on the temporary locality, you can see over here, it is a recently assessed item tend to be assessed again in near future. So temporary, you're going to allocate it. And then special locality accesses tend to be clustered in the address space. And lastly, the sequential locality is instruction tend to access sequentially. So all of these three are different from each other. So that is on your 6.1. Is there any question? So I need to stop first. I want to drink. After this, we're going to go and try to finish our 6.2. So we stop again. Stop again. We stop for a while, okay? Wait. Okay, I'm back. Oh, battery nak habis. Wait I plug in the battery. Okay, we're going to continue our 6.2. 6.2 I like. Why I like? Because it's adding mathematical things, your equations, your calculation. As I mentioned, I'm not from computer student. I'm not a computer science student. I'm from electrical electronics student. So I love electronic, especially when dealing with equation, dealing with calculation, how to calculate the electron, how to calculate the electrical watts, powers, and many others. So I love mathematics. So over here, what we're going to look, which is on the overview, memory organization, capacity, and also interleaving. You're going to look the standard. You're going to look on the standard, how the memory will be having the organizations, how the address will be look like. There are several types that you need to know. And then on the memory capacity, what equation that you need to know, and how you're going to calculate how many memories that you have, and etc. So you're going to look into all of these in this section 6.2. So before you going deeper, of course, there is an overview and introduction on the 6.2, which is the main memory is the central storage unit in your computer system. The principal technology used for the memory is based on the semiconductor integrated circuit, which is RAM, either static or dynamic. This one you already look. Perlu ke? Okay. In terms of this one, see, static or dynamic, RAM and DRAM. Most of the main memory in a general purpose computer is made up of RAM, integrated circuit, but portion of the memory may be constructed with ROM. So let's say you have a main memory. lah. So this is your memory. Most of them, let's say you have 100 gig for your main memory capacities. Most of them, let's say 999 gigs, is for you to integrate and link to with your RAM. But a portion, a small portion, or maybe some of it, maybe over here, it is 1 gig. It will be constructed with your ROM. So just to show you how is it, I just give a number, but of course it's not like this. Only that you need to know all of the main memory. We can have the huge of it for the RAM integrated circuit, but some of it, a portion of it, can be also constructed with a ROM. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning, you're going to look into your memory organization, how it's going to be look like. We are envision memory as a matrix of bits. So normally in your English, Malay, And any kind of language, I think you are writing, in terms of writing, from left to right. But in Arabic, you can see it's going to be from right to left. So it's always like that. So from here, you can see which type that you're going to apply. Which type that you're going to apply in your memory organizations, that you're going to use the left to right, not a right to left. Same goes to your memory. You're going to put it and push anything. Let's say you want to put your picture, your voice, and etc. All the data from left to right until finish, and then you're going to go back over here until finish, go back over here, and etc. Each row, we envision memory as a matrix of bits. So you need to know this. Please make sure, normally question will be giving you some tricky, maybe a words or maybe a bytes. So you need to convert it into a bit first. Okay. So each row implement by register has a length typically equivalent to the word size of machines. Each register, more commonly referred to as a memory locations, has a unique address, memory addresses usually starting at 0 and progress upward. So you're going to start from 0. Normally you're going to see like 0, 0, 0, 0, and then 0, 0, 0, 1, and the rest until up, let's say 1001. So this is the maximum. Let's say I give just example. So you can see that it's going to be start from 0. Okay, let's say you have tens only, 10 address. You're going to start with 0 and then up to 9. But all together it will be 10 addresses. Right. What you need to do is, let's say this is the amount of this, you're going to have 10 addresses, you're going to minus 1 because you started from 0. So the maximum will be 10 minus 1, it will be 9. So this is your maximum address. And okay, this one is already done. Okay, let's say this is your 8-bit. Your 8-bit normally for your register AH, AL. For your 16-bit, you have AX, BX, and etc. So how long is it, you need to know also. And to calculate, okay, this is going to be a mathematical or not yet. Okay, but this one is also include your mathematical when you want to apply your memory location. So as I mentioned, you're going to minus 1. Why minus 1? Because you start with 0. So this one is just your normal number, only that is showing you in terms of to the power of some things in the binary terms. So when you apply it, you're going to know that this is how many bytes that you are available to represent your address. So number of bytes for an address uniquely accessed to your memory location. This is your number of bytes. You need to have log memory capacity, how many capacities that you have, and then log 2. Or number of location, you can have a to the power of a bit. Later on, you will see the example. Now, you can see how you're going to calculate memory capacity. Normally, let's say, your parents give you some money. Let's say some money. And all the some money, as let's say, they give you in term of uh, a rectangular box, and the rectangular box are having several other sub box inside. So each of them, let's say this one having 10 ringgit, 10 ringgit, 10 ringgit. How you going to calculate how many your parents or your father give you, or your mother give you? So what you need to do in mathematicals, you need to know how many first. This one is, let's say you have 3, and over here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. You will get 5 times 3 box. Altogether is 15. And each box having 10 ringgit. So you're going to times with 10 ringgit, you get 150. So same goes to your memory capacity. If you want to know how many box you have, which is your memory capacity, you're going to just time. Let's say this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have 8 bits. Over here is bit, and you need to know below this is a word. 1 word, 2 words, 3 words. Altogether you have 3 words. And this one you have 8 bits. And how many memory capacities? You're going to have 3 times 8. You're going to get 24 bits. Don't forget to put the units. Don't forget to put the units, because sometimes in the questions give you a words or a byte, whatever you need to convert it. Okay. And next is you have 1 word, 2 words, 3 words. All together is 3 words. Over here is a bit. How many bit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you will times 3 times 16. You will get 48 bits. So here there is example. Main memory is divided into blocks. So you have one memory blocks, 2 memory blocks. The memory words is 8 bits. So you already have 8 bits, and you have 8 words. The question come is, what is the capacity? So you know the capacity is normally 8 plus 8. But you can see, if the total numbers of the blocks is 128, this is only for one block. This is only for one block. If you have 1, 2, 8, you're going 2 times, isn't it? But in terms of your computer terms, you're going to play around with to the power of something, which is your binary digits. That's why later on you will see we will convert it. If let's say it is 8, we're going to put as to the power of 3. If it is a 64, It is to the power of 4. So please make sure, for those who did not like mathematics, please make sure you play around with the value of to the power of 0, to the power of 1, to the power of 2, to the power of 3. What is the value? Try to make familiar with all this value. This is to the power of 5 is 1 to 8. So now you can see 1 to 8 is 7. Sorry, this one is 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Sorry, okay, and then 64, and then 1 to 8.
It's 16 hours.
6, 7. Okay, this one is to the power of 7. Now you can see you have over here to the power of 7, to the power of 3. You can also change it into to the power of 3. In this question, it just gives you the solution for this, just to make it is as in front of 2 bits, 8 bits. And they want to put it as 1 kilobyte. But the answer is similar. Although you put, let's say, to the power of 3 and then you plus it together, you will get to the power of 13. Of course, when you are play around with unit, where is the nearest unit that you can use? It is a kilo. For to the power of 10, you're going to get 1 kilo. So that's why you can put like this, to the power of 10 times to the power of 3. And then you will get 1 kilo times to the power of 3, 8. So you get 8 kilobytes. Basically, it's just for you to like small up and you conclude it. Second is your memory capacity. You have like blocks time words time bits. Similar, but the question is different. We can see how many blocks. If the main memory, if the capacity is 32 kilo, that's why I always remind you to make sure and carefully see the units. It is not 32 bits. Alhamdulillah. Sorry. It is not 32 bits. It is 32 kilobits. Over here, you were given this value. You were given this value and this value. But you need to find out this one. This is just a mathematical. You need to do like blocks equal to memory capacity divide with words times your bits. So this is the equation for you to get the blocks. You can see. Belum. Okay, now you can see over here. It is raining outside. Okay, you have 32 kilobits for your memory capacity. And you need to find the blocks. So that's why you don't have the value for blocks. And word is 8 and bits is 8. So 32 bits is a block equal to 32 bits. It's you will get to the power of 5 to the power of 3 times to the power of 3 times this one is going to be 8 for here, isn't it? So you will get equal to, oh, sorry, see, I also already forgot. It is not 32 bits. It is a kilo. So over here, this is 32 bits, but for kilo, if you still remember, 1 kilo, 32 bits, 32 kilobits equal to 32 bits times 1 kilo bits. Right? So now, my 32 bits times with 1 kilobits, 1 kilobit is here. It is a to the power of 10. So this one is plus, this one is minus, multiple. You will get to the power of 15 per or divide with to the power of 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. When you have the division, what will happen is minus. So you will minus with 6, you will get to the power of 11. 9. So to the power of 9. So you can convert it into a decimal. You will get 512 blocks. Why this one is not bits? Because this one is a block, not a memory capacity. Memory capacity in terms of bits, in terms of words, there is a unit for it. So you need to know a unit for each of them. Is it okay? So all of others is just on mathematical. I hope that whenever you already be a university student, mathematical terms is not a problem at all. Now we move to others on our memory interleaving. So under a memory interleaving, you can see you have two types. Later on, you will see you have you have two types, which is LOI and HOI. You will notice what is the difference between each other after this. Now you need to know first, what is memory interleaving? You enter and then you leave. You enter and then you leave. So, single share memory modules causes the sequentializations of access. Memory interleaving split memory across multiple memory modules or a memory bank. A number of memory chips can be grouped together to form a memory bank. Later on, you will see that there are two orders that you need to know. First is low order interleaving, LOI, and second is high order interleaving, HOI. The low order bits of the address are used to select the bank like 000000101. So this one is what, and then this one is what. So you can see over here, it's slightly similar, but it's different of places. What is this? So now next you're going to see, I guess I want to show this first. Okay, this is the address format for HOI and also LOI. Then is come to this. Okay, this one. Then you know, oh, this is about the address. So you need to know two types of address. So first is you can see there is a format for HOI or high order interleaving. Second is low order interleaving or LOI. The format is when you have the address, the example tadi 1 2 3 4 5 101. Okay. The format is 000000101. This is for LOI. And 1010000 HOI. This is the example at the beginning of the pages. So now you can see the format. This is address. This one is okay, I use for HOI first. This one is your bank address. And this one is your words in the bank. And for LOI, this one is word in the bank, and this is your bank address. You're going to get the similar value if there is a similar question. Only that you need to change the place vice versa because of their order. Okay, that is the first. Later on, we will come back to this. So now, how you going to put? How you going to put? How you going to justify and reorder it in your memory? So let's say this is for LOI, okay? For your LI, let's say you have for example, for bank. If you have a 4 banks, you're going to look, this is going to be done, the order. You're going to put, let's say, address 00, and then you're going to move to bank 01 to put in for 01, and then after that in 0 bank 2 for 2, and then 3, and after your bank's finished, you're going to go back to your 04, 05 until you are finished. So this is how the order. Where? Sorry for the interrupt. This is happen when it's locked down. All the nursery is closed, so I cannot send my kids to nursery. So when Wednesday, I think I'm not the one that had it, but my eldest son need to be like babysitter. He only 8 years old. He from starting this morning 8 a.m. I already said a few days in Wednesday I cannot do anything. So 8 a.m. he need to take care and then bring my others 2 daughter and then take bus and then play together. When they hungry, they eat breads only. And then after I finish class at 1, I think I finish at nearly 1:40 today. So when I open the door, my son said hungry. So okay, let's eat. I was like, oh, okay. I cannot do anything. This has happened in lockdown. So we eat just now. And then after that, I make a milk for my daughter, and he sleep for the youngest is 1 years, and I think it's near 2 years. So now I hear that my eldest son are playing with her, and another daughter is potty. You know potty, right? And then she said, how? So I don't know how long this lockdown will happen. If let's say my class there is like a gap, so it's okay for me. But when it's direct from 8 until 5, I think my kids also affected. So let me continue. Okay, so this is how LOI are going to be ordered. Later on, you will see how you're going to order your address, or maybe your anything that you want to store, your data you want to store, how you're going to put into the bank. Now you know LOI, you're going to push it like this from one bank to one bank to one bank, and then go back if it's already finished your bank, and then one bank to one bank, one bank. So this is an example for LOI. So you can see over here, this is similar. First data you will put into bank 1, bank 2, bank 3, 4 until 8. And then you're going to put again to bank 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bank. After finish all the bank, you're going to go to the one bank. And it's continue. But for HOI, order is different. You can see under HOI, you're going to put your data 0, 1, 2, 3. Finish, you're going to jump to another bank. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Finish, jump 8, 9, 10, 11, and continue until the end. So now you can see a big difference how you're going to orders, or how you're going to place in a data into your memory in terms of HOI, high order interleaving, or LOI interleaving. Altogether over here, you have 32 addresses, and you're going to have the maximum number of 31 because you started from 0. So now you go back to this page. So this one I already explained. Or let's say you have n bits. The address you have total is n bits. When you know the value of bank address, you can find the word in bank by n equal to m minus n. This one is mathematics, so known, words. You're going to have n minus m. Let's say you have over here 10 bits. You know the bank address is 2 bits. So this one should be having a 8. When you have okay, bye. Okay, now
Nanti Mama dah habis kelas, Mama mesti pilih tau.
okay, nanti Mama masuk.
Nampak Ati nak air perayu.
Ya dah, okay, bye. Tutup pintu dek.
Api yang gaduh.
Mama ada kelas ni.
Yang gaduh.
Jangan gaduh.
Api yang nangis.
Jangan nangis.
Nanti Mama yang cek bilik makan tu. Kalau nangis,
Adik Mama ada kelas. Tidur. Okay, so you can see over here, let's say you already know the value of n, which is your all address, And in terms of bank address, maybe in the question you were given bank address, you know it is 2. So of course you're going to know the left is words in the bank. If you are given the value of a words in the bank, you can have the bank address. And maybe you are given bank address and word in bank, and you can have the total of the address. So this is just a mathematical, you play around with each other's, vice versa. Let's take a look at example. Over here, it's give you the example number 3 at under LOI. Yeah.
Lupa ambil baju. Mak, baju apa adik? Lupa baju. Adik tak nak baju ni.
Okay, you can see over here, it give you memory capacity equal to 64. You need to convert it into a binary to the power of. So you know that 64 is to the power of 6 because you need to take this one as a bit. This is the number of the bits for the memory address. When you are given the memory capacity, so you have all together the memory capacity. The memory capacity is a to the power of 6 is going to be 64. So all you have what? 6. What is words in bank? Okay, this is for LOI. Altogether, you have 6, which is memory capacity is the 64, which is to the power of 6. 6 is the total. 6 is the total of your memory capacity in a bit. And what about the total bank? Number bit for bank address. How you going to see? This one is question is already given. Total bank is 4. So you know.
Mak, kita mandi ya.
Habis adik tu? Adik nak mandi ke? Tak payah.
Tak mandi
Seorang je.
dengan sporty.
Seorang je.
Kita nak mandi tau dengan Resa. Takut tak siapa nak mandikan dia.
Tak payah, tak payah. Abang mandi seorang je. Abang lelaki. So over here you can see that you have 4 for bank address. And how many words in a bank? So you know it's going to be 2 bytes. I did not convert. Sorry. Total bank is 4. So I'm going to have to the power of 2. So this one will be a bank address. Sorry, it is 2. So the left is 4. 4 bits. It is bit, okay? This one is 4 bit. If you want to convert it back to byte, you're going to put it as to the power of 4. So you will get a byte. That's why you will get answer as a 16 byte for your bank capacity or the word in the bank. How many words in the bank can have? So this one you can see. These 4 bits are same in all banks. And this one is 2 bit for your bank address. So this is your bank address. So this is bank 10000 and so on. Bank 2 is 0101. Bank 3 is 10. Bank 4 is 11. So if you have another bank, maybe you will have 011, maybe 012, 0101 for bank 3, bank 5, 6 and so on. So there is another example also in quite a different way, but basically similar if you understand. And as I mentioned, please make sure you see the
Ambil baju tidur Esa sebab kita mandi. Kita mandikan dia.
please make sure you see that the units, the unit for the memory address, not a memory address only, any value in the equation, please make sure you see and check what is the units. Now it's give you hexadecimal. You need to convert it into binary also can, or maybe in decimals, as long as after that you can have to the power of something, and this value is your bits for your memory address. There are 4 memory banks. So it's already give you memory banks for, and how many bits that you need to have is to the power of 2. You're going to get 4. Determine the memory bank address. You need to find the memory of bank address pula. Now you find this. This question you find this one, and now this next question is find the bank address. It is not too hard. You can see your bank capacity will be 2 the power of 10 minus with 2, you get to the power of 8. This is the answer for your bank capacity. So in terms of when you want, this is your bank capacity, this is the answer. But in terms of, let's say you were asking to the address of the words in the bank using LOI. So the address itself, what is the address? So memory address as 29CH. So when you convert to the binary, when you get over here, you will convert it into binary, you will get this. If it's wrong, please inform me, because this one I also didn't transfer it and translate it. Try to convert it using your scientific calculator, whether you get it similar or not. So this is your bank address. Address of the words in the bank using LOI. So later on you will see this one will be starting for your bank address 00 and then 01 and etc. But in front of it, it will be your words in bank. So now, maybe you can try it. As I mentioned, you're going to always have pros and cons in any things in this world. There is no one things that perfect. Same goes to a human. There must be something that's good and something that bad inside any kind of human. So there is no just humans that are perfect in all way, especially except for if for Muslim it is our prospect. And same goes to LO and LOI and also HOI. For LOI, the advantage is produce more it produce memory interference, and for the disadvantages, if let's say single bank, let's say it's a breakdown or whatever, maybe something that all system will be corrupt. Let's say you have bank 1, bank 2, bank 3, let's say just 3 banks. When you want to store your things, your data, you're going to go to bank 1, and then next data you're going to go to bank 2. If let's say this bank 2 having problem or any corrupt or anything, then you cannot move to anywhere, isn't it? So you cannot just simply jump and so on. So you're going to have a problem failure. If let's say you have any single of bank will be catastrophic hits to the whole system. So it will affect the whole system. But it is not happen to HOI, but still HOI will have their own advantages and their own disadvantages. On HOI, these 4 bits are same in all banks. But in terms of the values, later on you will see it. So you can see the question for HOI. Memory capacity is 64 bytes. So 64, you know it is to the power of 6. So this is the bits. Memory capacity. So you look back to the format for your HOI. You're going to have your bank address first and then work in the bank. So that's why your bank address will be in front. And this is words in the bank, in the bank address. So total bank address is 4. So it's going to be to the power of 2. 2 is the bits. So altogether, how you going to calculate? Similar also with the previous question. Example, to the power of 4. And how many bank capacity you have to the power of 4 equal to 16 byte? So that is the answer for you to calculate the bank capacity. And then next, given a main memory has 32 mega, see, and it is a words. That's why I mentioned please make sure you look into the unit. Previous question you were given with byte. Previous question also you were given with okay, this one is not given, is supposedly byte, and this one also is mentions of a byte. So in this question it is asking inform it is a words. So 32 mega words. So mega you need to know how much it is for mega. And words also you need to know. So the size of each word is 1 byte. And there are 16 memory bank. Oh, banyaknya. So to the power of what? So 4 bits, so 4 byte. So over here, it is more mathematical. And as I mentioned, although for your final exam, it is only occupy you module 5, 6, and etc. But still, module 1, module 2, you need to use and you need to remember, especially let's say in the mathematical form, this is all you need to know. So you will get 32 as to the power of 5. And mega words all together, please check back your module 1. We already have the mega and also word. How many words if you compare to byte? So you need to change is all these two, and you will get to the power of 20. All together plus you will get to the power of 25. Number of the bits for the memory address is 25. So all together, see over here, you have 25 altogether, and you already give an in the bank address, it is 4, and the rest will be the answer for words in bank, which is 22 bits. Okay, so it is mathematical. As I mentioned, I like mathematical, so I guess I prefer something like this rather than programming. So here there is a lot of advantages. Same goes to disadvantages also. There is a lot of lists. So I hope that you can try to go through it one by one. See, there is many of disadvantages for HOI. Same goes to disadvantages. So that is all about 6.2. Later on, same goes to other section. I think I'm going to make a video for 6.3 and 6.4, and in class maybe we can just discuss it. Just to speed up, what I want to focus is more, let's say, when we finish it, then we can have many time for do literature together, discussing together to prepare your final exam. So is there any questions? No question. So I hope what you need to do now is after this maybe you can just refer back this video if necessary, if needed, and